Cześć, witajcie, to ja Patek, pasjonat gier. Witam was w 21 odcinku z gry SpellForce, czyli Reforced. Oczywiście na PS5, wiadomo, po polsku. Życzę wam miłego oglądania. I teraz wam wytłumaczę w skrócie, co ja właśnie robiłem w 20 odcinku, na czym też zakończyłem ten poprzedni odcinek i co planuję w tym 21 odcinku zrobić. W 21 odcinku chcę znaleźć wieszczów Letwin, Skażenie, to tak ta misja się nazywa. Jesteśmy a ta lokacja nazywa się Cień Drzew, tak. Dokładnie tutaj jesteśmy. A w poprzednim odcinku tam też znaleźliśmy osadę Morchirów. I też sporo poeksplorowałem sobie w tej lokacji. Chodzi mi o Cień Drzew, dobra. Teraz chodźmy dalej.
Got it.
Sure.
Can't believe we're still having this discussion. Tell me. Salangar. A pure blood. Just when I thought this day couldn't get any better.
Not what I'd call myself. I haven't been in Finn and Mir for 8 years.
Is that so? Well, who am I to judge? Who let you in?
There weren't any guards.
What? Great. Just great. This is getting better and better. But please, forgive my manners. I'm Varden Merilith, second scryer of Lathwain. Who are you? And what do you want? Are you with the soldiers?
Żołnierzami?
Soldiers?
The army folk. But if you have to ask, I suppose you're on your own. Tell me then, what brings you here?
To naprawdę długa
That's a long
historia.
story.
So you're the corporal from Lianon? Well, that's a surprise. I know the story. And once more, I would like to apologize for what Scryer Elion did. She should not have opened fire. And also, I would like to express my admiration for your courage. I know you refused to carry out the order your general gave you.
How?
A scout observed the conversation you had with that man. Either way, your story sounds bizarre, but I don't think you are lying. And after the events in Lianon, it's only fair if we help you now, to make up for it. Not to mention the fact that the blood burn needs to be stopped.
So you will provide us with troops?
It's not that simple. I have to bring up the matter before the other scryers, and they all have to agree. But not now. We currently have our own sack of problems to deal with.
Ty jesteś tu
Are
przywódcą?
you the leader of this place?
One of them, yes. I'm the second scryer, and the Moorhere Council is made up of 6 scryers in total. 7, actually, but our eldest passed away recently, which complicates the decision-making, as you can imagine.
Jakimi
What
problemami?
problems do you have?
The short version? Leafshade has been struck by the blood burn. Elves and animals are affected, and for some reason it has a different effect on us than it has on your race. It corrupts us,
Corrupts?
drives us mad. And if that weren't enough, the Council can't decide on a course of action. Pathetic, isn't it? People are dying, but all we do is bicker.
Ilu z was zostało zakażonych?
How many of you are affected?
Not as many as in your kind. 1 in 10, maybe. And for some reason the infection only spreads outside the city borders.
Zaatakował nas pewien elf.
We were attacked by an old elf near the village. He seemed to have gone mad. Was that this corruption?
If he had been drooling like a rabid animal and his skin had been covered in blisters full of pus, then yes. You said he was old.
Yes.
And it might have been old Ravel. He went out hunting a week ago and never returned. Blazes. What a mess.
W czym nie zgadzacie się z Finriorem?
Where do you and Finrir disagree?
Oh, that's simple. Finrior claims that the corruption has nothing to do with the blood burn, but is a curse of the Guardians. Of Ellen, to be precise.
The Guardians aren't children throwing tantrums.
Yes. And in these days, I doubt they could even if they wanted to. The Guardians are gone. This is a fact we have to deal with.
So where do you think this corruption comes from?
As I said, I think it's just how we elves react to the blood burn.
Wiem co nieco o krwawej gorączce. Mogę jakoś pomóc?
As I said, I'm trying to find a cure for the blood burn. Maybe I might be able to help?
You want this alliance to happen as quick as possible, don't you? Well, yes, maybe your knowledge about the blood burn could indeed help us. Give me a moment to think this through, will you? There are some things I need to consider.
All right.
Varden, please, would you mind leaving these travelers alone with your obscure theories?
Yes, sure, Arlan. Just keep on acting as if the blood burn isn't a threat. Blazes, wake up! We need to face the facts or we will go down. It's as simple as that.
Facts? There aren't any facts. There's no evidence that the blood burn is related to this at all.
Is that so? And what about your guardian theory?
We should probably talk to the other squire too.
Interesting.
Huh? And Evran? What are you doing here?
What are these two arguing about?
I don't see why that concerns you. How did you get in here anyway? Get lost.
Okej.
Huh? What is it? Who are you?
Just a traveler. Don't mind me.
An Evran, aren't you? It's been a while since we got visitors. If you don't count those soldiers, that is.
Szukamy sojuszników, próbujemy położyć kres krwawej gorączce.
Well, the short version is, we're looking for allies to end the blood burn.
A lofty goal. Are you sure you came to the right place, though? To us, the more here.
Why wouldn't I?
I just thought the Finnenmere with their treants and gilded armors would have been a better option. We are renegades. Outcast. But I suppose your pure blood friend told you as much already.
I'm not as pure blood as you think.
Be that as it may, best you talk to Finrior and Merilith, the first and second Scryer. Maybe they'll listen to you once they're done bickering.
Dobrze. Rozmawiaj z Arlanem Finriorem. Dobrze, porozmawiajmy z nim.
What? Who are you? Who let you in?
The gate was unguarded.
Really? Next thing you know, this place is being overrun by undead because the guards have all gathered to hear us bicker. You're from Gravefell, aren't you? I recognize that accent. I'm Arlan Finrior, first scryer of this settlement. What do you want?
I'm looking for allies. But let me start from the beginning.
Ah, so, you're Isamo Taha's child. Well, you're lucky, I believe, that the Guardians have given us all a free will. I can see that you're nothing like your father, and it's true that the blood burn has to be ended. I can agree with those crazy cultists on that much.
So, you're going to help us?
I would if I could, but as you may have gathered by now, we have our own battle to fight here. Ellen has cursed us.
Czy to miasto jakoś się nazywa?
Does this town have a name?
It does. Lathwain, which roughly translates as respite.
Respite. Sounds kind of temporary.
Well, it is. I don't know how familiar you are with our history, but after the Finnenmere exiled us, we were promised lands by the Queen. Then the Mage Wars came, and understandably, our promised home wasn't of importance anymore.
Mimo wszystko wydaje się być całkiem przyjemnym
This
miejscem.
looks like a nice enough place, though.
Well, save for the undead roaming through the forests and attacking us each night, yes.
To dlatego złamaliście traktat w Rhiannon.
That incident in Leonon won't make the Lord Marshal more sympathetic to your cause. You broke the White Mist Treaty.
Yes, and it was a horrible mistake. But the people were scared, particularly because Merilith did an excellent job at instilling fear and telling them that our little problem could be fixed by sending a group of scholars into Northander territory. And what good did it do? Nothing. You'd think that this failure would have shown the Moria how incapable Merilith is as a leader, but sadly, it didn't.
Więc to wszystko jest tymczasowe?
So Leafshade is only a stopover.
Yes. We will find our true home someday. I'm sure of that.
Kim jest ten drugi elf, ten z którym się
Who
kłóciłeś?
was the other elf? The one you were arguing with?
A misguided fool. And sadly one with a very influential father, who made him the second scry of this township.
Ellen rzuciła na was klątwę, mówisz o skażeniu? Ellen rzuciła na was klątwę?
Ellen has cursed you?
Yes. Our lands are withering, and everyone in 10 elves loses his mind. Their eyes turn black, they salivate like animals, and attack everything in sight.
And you think Ellen has inflicted this curse upon you?
I know. You see, since we Moria left Finnenmere, more and more of our people have fallen away from our faith. Some even blame the Guardians for our exile. Briefly put, we were cast out of the Finnenmere Empire after we expressed doubts about the Elven Council.
Yes, I know the story.
As you can imagine, the years we spent on the road searching for a new home were strenuous. And as a result of that, more and more of our people lost faith in the Guardians, which is ironic, since our faith was one of the reasons we were cast out in the first place.
Strażnicy stali się słabsi.
Well, you can't deny the Guardians have become weaker.
That is true. But have you ever wondered why?
I guess you have.
Yes, indeed. They have withdrawn from this world because people have stopped believing. It has always been our belief, our unwavering faith, that had made them strong. Without it, there simply is no reason for them to care anymore.
You're assuming the Guardians behave like little children, take away their sweets, and they run off crying or start throwing tantrums.
It's not that simple. But I doubt this is the right time for a theological discussion.
Probably not.
Co to wszystko ma wspólnego ze skażeniem?
And what does all this have to do with the corruption?
Isn't it obvious? It's Ellen's punishment for us turning our backs on her.
You mean...
Yes, Ellen has protected our kind for millennia. And now we have betrayed her. This is her punishment.
A czy nie jest to raczej krwawa gorączka?
Isn't it more likely that this is simply the way elves react to the bloodburn?
No. Although rare, there have been cases of bloodburn among the Moria too, and they display exactly the same symptoms as humans. Varden Merilith simply likes to ignore that because it doesn't fit into his nice little theory. Also, why does it only occur in Leafshade, and only outside the city walls? The plague doesn't know borders.
Nie możesz po prostu wydać rozkazu?
If you're the first scryer, why do you need Merilith's approval?
Because that's how the Moria law demands it. The Council has to come to a mutual agreement, otherwise we cannot take action.
What do the other scryers think about that? How many are there?
4. 2 of them are with me, 2 with Merilith. You see the problem.
Jeśli to jest klątwa, czy da się ją wyleczyć?
If it is a curse by Ellen, how can it be cured?
Of course. Despite all we have done, Ellen still considers us her children. What she wants is for us to remember her, to return to our true faith. In other words, it is a trial. All we need to do is to trust in Ellen's guidance. Then we will find a way to lift the curse.
Czy mogę jakoś pomóc?
If we help you lift this curse, would you be willing to ally yourselves with us?
Well, the bloodburn is a scourge for all races, so, yes. Should you help us, I could take up the matter with the other scryers. But let me think about it first, will you? This isn't something I can decide on the spot.
Oh, great. Now you've fed them the same nonsense. Well done, Finryor. Well done. If there's any way we'll never reach a conclusion, it's by further spreading your "the Guardians have punished us" rubbish.
It's not rubbish. Blasted Varden. If it weren't for Ellen, we wouldn't even be here. I can't even believe we're still having this childish conversation. We should be out there, finding a solution, praying to Ellen for her forgiveness.
Yes, that would help, wouldn't it?
Pomóc...
Now what?
Well, if there's any way to get their support, it's by helping them cure this corruption.
We won't know if we don't try. For what it's worth, I think we should ally ourselves with Merilith. The other one is too backwards looking for my liking.
Then let's let them know.
Tutaj możemy pomóż Arlanowi lub Wardenowi.
Where was your
Jasnowidz,
beloved Ellen when they drove us out of whatever village we seek shelter in?
Warden, Merelit.
The Guardians are gone, Arlan. Just admit it already. Maybe it's about time the Moorhair started relying on reason rather than superstition.
Watch your tongue, boy. I was already a scryer when you were still sucking on your mother's teat.
That's your argument.
Yes. I'm tired of seeing you spit on our traditions, spit on everything that has made our culture into what it once was. Just look at where we stand, Varden. We're refugees in a makeshift town in a bloody rainforest. And we're dying for heck's sake. We're pathetic. But instead of facing the truth, we've turned our backs on the only one who still cares for us, Ellen.
Something you need?
Ja oczywiście pomogę Arlanowi.
Yes?
Now we do.
All right, this is pointless. Does your offer still stand? An outsider who isn't dependent on the Council's approval might be just what we need.
To już chyba było, czy nie jest to raczej krwawa gorączka, nie możesz po prostu wydać rozkazu, jeśli to jest klątwa, czy da się ją wyleczyć. Jestem z tobą.
I'm happy to assist.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you say that. Come, let's talk somewhere else. I've had enough shouting for today.
Dobrze. Idź za Arlanem.
Got it.
That's better. Ellen's reigns. Isn't it incredible how this fool is unwilling to see reason?
Myśli, że to ty jesteś głupcem, to prawda.
It is.
Either way, all the better you're here. Let's discuss how we proceed. What we need above all is proof to convince Merilith. As long as he insists on brewing away that curse with just enough alchemy, we cannot take any real action.
What kind of proof did you have in mind?
That remains to be seen. First of all, scout Leafshade's surroundings. The curse seems to limit itself to the outskirts of our town. I will mark the place on your map where the activity has been most extreme. Secondly, there's a human military outpost nearby. To investigate, you'll need to ask for permission to cross their borders. After the disaster in Leonon, the last thing we want is another breach of our treaty.
Co to za ludzie?
Who are those humans?
Veterans, as far as I know. So far, our contact has been sparse, but they seem to be peaceful.
W jaki sposób chcesz wyleczyć
If
klątwę?
it really is a curse, how are you planning to lift it from Leafshade?
I've asked myself the same question. But then I realize there's no point in worrying about it as long as that young fool is sabotaging our attempts to stop it.
Czy to niebezpieczne?
If the jungle is corrupted, isn't it dangerous for us to scout it?
No. The infection doesn't happen instantaneously. If you were to stay longer, say 2 or 3 days, it might get you. But for now, you're safe.
Very comforting.
Rozumiem.
All right, got it. We'll do our best.
Yes. And thank you. Never mind. Just do your best.
Mayhav's hammer.
I was beginning to think these discussions were never gonna end.
No argument there. Let's go talk to the soldiers and see if they let us into their territory to find that proof.
No dobra. Sprawdź cień drzew i dowiedz się więcej o skażeniu. No dobra. No dobra, jesteśmy już coraz bliżej naszego celu.
Do you smell that?
Yeah, like carrion.
And the water has the same color as the blisters on the corrupted.
If you ask me, we just found the cause of this plague. And it's definitely not a curse.
To nie jest żadna klątwa, ja też tak uważam. Ale tutaj jest boski menhir, ten najbliższy, dobra, boski menhir. I udam się tam na... To jest chyba zachód, tak, to tam się udam. O, już jesteśmy tam. Super. O to mi właśnie chodziło.
Oh.
A treant. Ellen's reigns.
To jest spaczony drzewiec. Wow.
Blazes. What has happened to it?
Dark fog, dying. Please, you run now.
Tahar, I don't like how it's looking at us. I think we should leave.
Uciekajmy stąd.
A corrupted treant and the tainted pools. I think that should be enough to convince both Fenrir and Merilith. The corruption is neither a curse of the Guardians nor the Bloodburn. It's simply the result of this contamination, whatever it is.
To prawda. O. Uzyskaj zgodę na śledztwo od sierżanta królewskiej armii. Jesteśmy już na miejscu.
A traveler. Don't get many in these parts. What do you want? If you're looking for shelter, you've come to the wrong place.
Czy możesz nas wpuścić?
Can you let us in?
As I said, no. This isn't a roadside inn. Now, sod off.
Wait, not so fast. The Moor here sent us. It's important.
The more here, huh? All right, fine. Come in, but make it quick. We already have visitors, and they aren't too fond of your employers.
Don't you think these soldiers will recognize you?
I doubt it. Even if they know General Noria is looking for me, they wouldn't know my face.
Oby.
Sure.
You should rethink your position, old man. The light doesn't show mercy on those who betray it.
Well, maybe the light can show you the way out of my bloody camp instead.
You don't know who you're messing with.
Oh, I think I do. I'm messing with a bunch of renegade cutthroats who think they can walk into a camp of the Royal Army and make demands just because their lunatic leader told you so. So, one more time for the slow ones among us. We won't attack those elves. On the contrary, if you do as much as lay a finger on them, you'll have to deal with us too. Are we clear?
You...
Are we clear?
Yes.
And who exactly are you?
Just a traveler. I'm working for the Moor here.
Ah, I see. Best you talk to Sergeant Copper then.
Kim są ci
Who are those
najemnicy?
mercenaries in your camp? They don't look like Nortander soldiers.
Well observed. They are Bane, you know, purity fanatics. And no, I have no fucking clue why Sergeant Copper let them in the first place.
Co wy tu robicie?
Why put up an outpost in the middle of the jungle?
Pardon my tongue, but that's none of your business.
Wiedziałem, że tak nam odpowie. Już sobie idę.
I'll be off. Thank you for your help.
Sure.
Interesting.
Coście za jedni.
Who are you people? Nortander soldiers?
Aye, sure. We're humble servants of the Queen. Look, friend, I know what you are. A defiler. And if we weren't in the camp of that fucking coward right now, this conversation would go down a tad differently. So do yourself a favor and sod off before things change. 'Cause they will.
I think these are Bane. Purity fanatics. The ones Clara warned us about.
I heard that.
If you're not soldiers, what are you doing in this camp?
Business.
Zostawię cię w
I'll
spokoju.
leave you be.
Kapral zguby wpatruje się w ciebie bez słowa.
Let me see.
I'll leave you be.
Dobra, już z nim rozmawiałem.
All right.
This way, right?
I understand.
Blasted armor.
Huh. Interesting.
Symptomy podobne do krwawej gorączki, z pewnymi jednak różnicami. Czarne pęcherze, napuchnięta twarz, lecz brak krwawienia. No, to jest dziwne.
What's next?
Uzyskaj zgodę na śledztwo od sierżanta królewskiej armii. A, to już dobra, już wcześniej to przeczytałem.
Interesting.
What? Wait a moment. You?
I...
Rohisha Vilma, 2nd Division. Everlight Infantry, isn't it? Blazes. What are you doing here?
I think you're mistaking me for someone else. I'm not with the army.
Oh, am I? Huh. Could have sworn. Oh, well, never mind. Who are you then? And how the heck did you get in here?
The guard let me in. My name is Tahar, and I'm with the Moor here from Lethwain. There's something we need to discuss.
Tahar? Like that sodding rebel mage bastard? Boy, I surely don't envy your name. Forentus Copper, 2nd rank sergeant to the Royal Army. So, what news do you bring from our elven friends?
Well, I assume you've taken note of this strange plague going on in Leafshade. The elves have sent me to investigate it and are asking permission to cross borders.
Granted.
Just like that?
What should I say? We need this plague gone as much as the Moor here. We've stayed away from the corrupted parts, aye, but we've nonetheless lost 3 men already. Just don't do anything unwise, and you can walk freely within our sectors. One more thing, though. There's something that we need done, and I don't have any men to spare at the moment. Would you be willing to help us as a sign of goodwill?
Nie wydaje się być szczególnie zmartwiony zarazą.
You seem to be rather relaxed concerning the corruption. How come?
Relaxed isn't the right word, but unlike that bloodburn plague, this one is predictable. Since we've stayed away from the jungle and within our walls, we've had no new infections. And unlike the Moor here, we're not permanent settlers in this place.
So you don't think the bloodburn has anything to do with it?
With the corruption? No, I doubt it. I mean, I'm not a healer, but the symptoms are very different.
Nie mam pewności, czy mamy na to czas. Pomożemy, jasne.
Of course. What do you need?
Well, it's simple. Since we made camp here, some of my men and women have contracted a nasty kind of fever. We ordered a shipment of herbs from another outpost in the Utran lands, but it hasn't arrived, and the man I sent to get it has not been heard of ever since. Would you be willing to search the shore for my scout, or maybe the ship itself? The weather has been rough lately, and maybe it was wrecked.
Sure. Any idea where we should search?
Aye. Do you have a map? Here. That's where we were supposed to receive the shipment.
Got it. Thank you.
Are you sure we have time for this, Tahar?
It never hurts to have additional allies.
One more thing. Who sent you? I mean, who of the scryers?
Arlan Finrir. Why? Is that important?
No, just personal interest. Arlan and I are old acquaintances. He's a good man and a follower of the old faith. Don't have many these days. If you want, I'll send some of my men along to support you. They know the jungle, and they know how to wield a sword. What do you think?
That would be great.
Good. I'll let the sergeant know. Tell Arlan Ferenta says hello, will you?
Oi, you. Wait a moment.
Me?
No, the Queen's golden tits. Of course you. Say, does the name Bertrand Carpel ring a bell for you?
Zupełnie nic. Co wiesz o Bertrandzie? Zupełnie nic.
Don't think so.
Really? That's funny. The face he described looked exactly like yours. Anyway, I told him I had no bloody idea what he was on about, so he left. But asked me to leave a message if you should come by. Which heck knows why you did.
What's the message?
Just that he's up north somewhere, here in Leaf Shade, and that he'll be waiting there for you until dusk.
No cóż, dzięki. Skąd niby wiedział, że tu będę?
How did he know I'd come?
Well, best you ask him that yourself, will you? I've got a shift to take care of.
This is ridiculous.
Where to?
O, mam armię. O, super. Ruszajmy.
You got it.
Well, that went better than expected.
Spotkaj się z Bertrandem.
Attack!
No! All right.
What the? What are you doing, Ianna?
To są skrytobójcy, obroń się przed skrytobójcami. O matko.
More fighting. Does this never end?
Przesłuchaj zdrajczynię i dowiedz się, co nią kierowało.
I hope you have a good explanation for this.
I do. I'm Ianna. I and those 5 men were hired to kill you.
Kto was przysłał?
Who were you working for? How did you know we'd be here?
You weren't as hard to follow as you think, Tahar. And regarding your first question, Amaria Leonider.
The head of House Leonider? But why?
Well, I hate to say it, but there are a lot of people who want you dead, Tahar. The question should be, why her? And I'm afraid I don't have an answer for that. I'm not paid to ask questions.
Jesteście
You're
skrytobójcami?
assassins. We are.
Dlaczego nam pomogłaś?
Sorry, but I don't understand. Why did you help us?
I'm afraid that's complicated. Do you prefer the short or the long version?
Długą wersję. Opowiedz mi krótszą, opowiedz mi dłuższą wersję. Poproszę.
Give me the long version.
All right. I didn't know much about you when I accepted the contract, save for the fact that you were a renegade soldier, and that you, together with an elf named Iria, escaped the Grey Keep prison somehow.
That would be me.
I thought so. Well, we followed your trail until Farland's Hope, where you entered that cave, wherever it leads. Since we couldn't follow you in there, we waited in the village. Well, and it was there I learned that you were after a cure for the bloodburn.
And that made you change your mind?
Yes. To be frank, I lost someone to the bloodburn. Someone very close to me. And even though nothing is going to bring her back, I want an answer. In other words, I want to offer you my services.
Kim była twoja przyjaciółka?
That friend you lost. Who was it? How did she die?
I would rather not talk about it. Not here. Not now.
Dobrze. Jak mamy ci
And
zaufać?
just why should we trust you? You're a sellsword.
I can't tell you what to do or feel. But think of it this way. If I had wanted you dead, why would I risk my life to save you? Furthermore, word that the assassination failed will get around soon enough. And mark me a betrayer among my kind. Even if I decided to murder you in your sleep, I would not get any money from it.
She has a point.
I do.
Czy zrobiłaś coś Bertrandowi?
That guard who sent us here. He mentioned a friend of mine, Bertrand. Did you...
Harm him? No. I don't even know who or where he is. Leonider gave us that name and told us it would be a good lure. So we paid that guard a handful of coins to tell you his story. That's it.
Jak możesz nam
How
pomóc?
can you help us?
Well, judging from the trail of blood you left behind, this won't be your last battle. I can make sure they'll end in your favor. Also, I am... how should I put it? Different. I can feel and see things others can't.
Such as?
Such as the fact that you are running from something. I do not know what it is, but I can sense it. There's something in the idea of home that scares you.
That's a pretty wild guess.
Maybe. Only you can know this. Long story short, I'm a dreamweaver.
A dreamweaver? I've heard that before. So you're some kind of mentalist?
Close. Let us suffice to say that I feel and perceive differently than most people. In every aspect.
Fair enough. Join us if you must. We need all the support we can get.
Thank you.
Let's head back to Lathwain.
Dobra, Irię to ja chcę mieć ta... Dobra, to tak jak jest, akceptuj. A może Rochena, o dobra, Rochena to później ze sobą gdzieś zabiorę teraz, dobra. Niech ona będzie z nami. Akceptuj. Omów znaleziska z wieszczami. Chodźmy.
We should get moving.
No dobra, jest okej.
There you are. How did it go?
Good, I guess. The soldiers granted us free passage and a handful of soldiers. Sergeant Copper sends his regards.
Ah, Ferentus, a wise man. Well, that's good news indeed. What about the scouting? Have you found anything in the jungle yet?
Two things. There's a treant who was affected by the corruption, which makes it likely that it isn't the bloodburn what's causing this. Secondly, there are strange pools further down the jungle, and they seem to be tainted somehow. I doubt this was Ellen's doing.
Tainted, you say? But could it be...
What?
Well, something like this happened before. In Finnenmere, over 2 centuries before. Which means, however, that I know how to solve this problem too. Blast it, why didn't I think of this earlier? I think it's time to let Varden in on the results of our little expedition. Come, let's talk at the square. Varden, our new friend found some interesting news that might be worth talking about.
What?
While you were busy stirring up the masses against the Guardians, our new friend took the initiative and did some scouting. Care to tell him what we found?
Well, the corruption is neither caused by the bloodburn nor by the Guardians. There are tainted pools down in the jungle which seem to be responsible.
Pools? But...
Yes, Varden. They have been tainted.
Blazes. Of course.
What do you mean? What are those pools, and how do we cleanse them from the taint?
They are... how should I put it? The life source of this forest. Apparently there's a cave full of Aria and Lenya beneath leaf shade, which is one of the reasons why this forest is so lush.
So the water is... magical?
Well, not exactly, but it's vital to the forest's survival. If it has somehow been corrupted, which your story suggests it has, that's bad.
And how do we cleanse them? Is that even possible?
Yes, but it's not an easy task. We'll need a lot of resources for that. And our most capable commander, Gilius, is not in leaf shade at the moment.
Well, if you want to, I can help. I've served as a commander for almost a decade.
I'm not?
If we do that, give you the command over this place until the problem is solved, do you promise by Ellen not to abuse your power?
Arlan, what?
Do you promise?
Yes, I do.
Good. Then I will instruct the citizens to follow your command. For now, at least. As I said, cleansing the pools is complicated, but possible. In order to do that, we will need to expand our sector. The ritualists need to have free and safe passage through the jungle.
I will do my best. What do we do once we've secured one of the pools?
Instruct our workers to cleanse them and make sure they are protected. If the animals are as savage as you claim, then they might be a real danger. Now, lest we get started. We've wasted enough time already.
Understood.
Good. Varden, send word to the guards. I will take care of the workers.
Well, that was quick. Let's make sure not to blow our chance.
Fair enough. If we want the elves to be able to perform the ritual on those altars, we'll need to secure a path for them first.
Agreed.
No dobra. Udaję się do przyczółka elfów. A tutaj jest ten przyczółek, tak? No dobra. Wiecie co, to tutaj sobie już zakończę ten 21 odcinek z gry SpellForce czy Reforced. Oczywiście na PS5, wiadomo po polsku. Dziękuję za obejrzenie tego odcinka. Zapraszam do obejrzenia kolejnych odcinków z tej gry i innych serii na moim kanale. Widzimy się w następnych odcinkach ze SpellForce'a trójki. Ja wam życzę miłego dnia. Pa, do zobaczenia. Pa.